Testes. Okay, are you rolling?
Yeah, we are.
Liberty and Lead podcast. Keep it local, keep it cash. Tell the feds to kiss your ass. I'm Ty.
I'm Moo.
I'm Trigger.
Professor.
Trigger is here.
Finally. We did some pistol talk. I think we talked him into getting a Hellcat.
Yep.
There's a downside to it, though.
Talked him into it or worked him into it by using one.
Well, Ty threw it out there. I was looking at the Smith & Wesson. He said the Hellcat. I checked that out. I was like, that's pretty nice, too. Watched a few videos. But my hesitation with the Springfield was, will my thumb ride on the slide lock and not lock back on last round? So actually firing one, finding out that my grip does not interfere with controls, we're good to go.
Plus the fact that they have a deal going on till October 31st. So Springfield, with the Hellcats and a couple other guns, they're giving you 3 extra mags, the sight, and a range bag for free.
And now, is that for the Hellcat Pro with the threaded barrel?
Yes.
Or what do they call that? The Wasp or whatever end also? Because there's the one that has the little almost 1-inch extension Wasp end that's like a barrel extension.
Well, it's got the comp on the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is for certain ones. Most of the Hellcats are. And the original ones, you could get a Hellcat without the optic slide, or you could get a Hellcat with optic slide. Those were the first two that came out, because I was looking at them. I went to go get one, and Mr. Gun Dealer on 28th Street basically talked me out of it because they wanted $100, $150 more than everybody else. And they're like, well, we have it. You want it. We're a brick and mortar store. And I'm like, so's every other fucking store. I'm like, I'll go anywhere else and buy it for the $100, $150 less. So I did. I went down and I'm like, no, I'm going to wait. I went to 616. They had it for MSRP. Perfect. Something told me to hold on. And then immediately Walther came out with theirs, and that's what I did some research. I went and grabbed one. I'm like, wow, this thing just feels, it's fat. Got the fat grip for 17 rounds.
When I bought the
and
one
the original Hellcat only held 13.
Yeah,
13.
13's the big mag, 11's small mag.
Right. And I'm like, well, if I can get 15 and 17 with this one, and I liked them. I've always been a Walther fanboy, I guess.
When I originally got that Hellcat, it was probably 6 months, been out for 6-8 months when I got it.
I remember.
I got it with the optics already on it, so optics cut slide, optics already on it. Doesn't have the threaded barrel for a suppressor or any of that.
It's one of those things, do you really need it?
And I bought it January 1st of 21, and I paid $760 out the door.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Right now, I think they're, for a well-equipped Pro, I think they were $600.
Yeah,
I
600.
think. But you got to buy it at the right place. If you're buying it from Cabela's, you're going to overpay. It's just what
I'm going to tell you right now, if I'd have had it to do over, I would have bought it from Dunham's. Dunham's was $100 cheaper than Cabela's. But I had Cabela's gift cards that I had to use.
Okay, so you're kind of not stuck, but don't waste your money. Don't let them yeah. Okay.
I get it.
Well, he could have bought at Dunham's and then buy ammo at Cabela's to burn them.
So, but that's not the biggest problem I have with this situation. Now I fucking want one.
Well, originally...
But there's guys out there that have a hell of a lot more guns than I do. I mean, I still got a lot of time I could catch up.
Originally you wanted a Smith & Wesson, then you started shooting my Walther, and you wanted a Walther.
Right.
I'll say, I'm a Glock fan. You brought the PDP out to the range. I dry fired it and said, I need one of these.
The triggers on a Walther are unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, before you leave, I want to feel the trigger on yours again, dry firing that thing.
I love both my Walthers. And
the older Walthers are definitely got a harder pull. But
mine are not the same as yours. My PPS M1 is the original PPS, and that's a 40. And at the time, that was the second lightest semi-auto pistol on the market that had 10 rounds or more.
Right.
and that was with a loaded mag. It was 23 ounces.
I guess I need to start doing some.
But now it
Look and
only
see
has
which one I
a
want.
3.1 inch barrel. I want to say that has a 2.9 inch barrel on that Hellcat.
I'm in love with your Black Hawk.
Hawk Tua?
Holster. It's minimalist. It's got a lock.
That's why I went with it. I rather like that one. I was actually going to send...
He's got a good point with it. Go ahead and show him.
I was going to send another one I had with it that I don't like, just so he could see. This other one, I don't like it. I think my gun's going to pop out all the time. Anytime I squat down, I think it's going to freaking pop out of it the way it
Some of
clips
these
in.
guys, all they do is sit in an office chair all day or stand up. You cannot do that. I cannot do that once I get healed up. Right now,
Yeah,
about all I do, I sit in this fucking office chair.
My office, my company is highly against any kind of weapons, though.
Oh no, I get that.
Most big corporations are.
I'm talking the General Joe
Yeah.
Blow. They're not like, I don't say General Joe Blow because it's probably 50-50. There's a bunch of roughnecks like us carrying, and then office.
Like my concealed carry, I'm not going to be rolling around where I'm thinking I'm going to drop it or have it fall out, so I don't go with retention. The only thing that retains my gun is the leather backing on my holster and the Kydex on the front.
But
And
you
my- and
had a
my
point
fat.
of a locking holster or the whole holster thing. What is your showing what you're talking? We're putting it back in. Shooting yourself in the fucking leg, basically.
Oh, I agree that having your trigger covered by your holster is needed because you can't get anything wedged in there. But I think most people shoot themselves because as they're holstering, they're dumb and they have their finger in their trigger still, and they just hit it on the holster and they shoot themselves.
Once it's in the guard, they're putting it back.
Well, that's where they
And
gotta
nobody
work-
will
they gotta
ever
work
admit
on their
that.
fucking trigger discipline.
Yep.
They got to work on their trigger discipline better.
Nobody will ever. No, it's
Now-
probably the number one reason, but nobody's ever going to admit it.
I will say I did watch a video one time. The guy was walking around. I don't know if it was a fucking wedding, an open house, some sort of party or whatever. And he had it. Well, it didn't have a freaking trigger guard on it, on his holster. A kid walked up. He wasn't paying attention. Walked up, put his hand on it, pulled the trigger, shot him in the kid shot him in the leg while it was still in the holster. Mm-hmm. Right there at the freaking wedding. So I mean, I get it, but that's where trigger discipline comes into effect.
It's a pretty plain book.
Man, if your gun's exposed enough for someone to walk up and just pull the trigger.
Well, there's that too, but
Well, you saw the picture of a Jeep? They used one of those magnetic retention things in their door pocket, and the trigger was exposed, and they negligently discharged through the bottom of the door and into the
rocker
sill.
panel.
The rocker.
I've seen guys have them in their consoles and shoot their fucking transmissions.
Well, hold on. When
I've seen a lot of videos of that.
when
It's
that
pretty
10
fun.
speed's acting up.
Now I have some for vehicle mounted or wall mounted or safe mounted ones that actually have the trigger guard on them. That's what it sits in. It's like a Kydex that has the adjustable rubber washers with the screws and everything, so you can tighten it or whatever, and that screws to the side. But you ever see those ones that it's just a wire that screws to your dash and it comes down and loops up and the barrel's just stuffed on it? Trigger's open, it just sits there like that, so all you gotta do is reach down, grab it, and pull off.
I feel like my toes would really hate me.
I was gonna say, on one hand, it's what's the ice tea freaking movie with Rutger Hauer, like Surviving the Game. It's old movie.
They were hunting him?
Yep.
Yeah, saw that.
And at the end, it's when you're in the freaking city or in the ghetto or whatever. One thing to always remember: always check your barrel. He shoved the barrel with shit after he threw it in there, and the guy picked it up to shoot him, and it blew up in his face.
Ah,
You have a wire shoved up the fucking pipe. If you're not paying attention, that wire gets weak.
gonna shoot
Maybe it
everything
pops
back.
off when you're pulling it or whatever. Maybe that's something that stays in there. And
Did you get a
I s-
kaboom?
So that old
I
light,
don't-
real quick, if you buy it right now, you get it for free. Well, you got to get paid for shipping.
Yeah.
If you're bronze or whatever, it's $9.99. If you're a nobody, it's $19.99. Kind of a neat little toy,
Well, hold
and
on.
it's Wi-Fi, so you can run it with your phone.
It's actually pretty decent light output.
It's like the one upstairs, except this one's got a lot more colors.
Well, this one you press and hold the bottom and it changes brightness.
Ooh. Do I have any absolute fucking use for it? Probably not.
That's fine.
All
I gotta
right.
figure out how to turn this damn thing off again. There we go.
I am glad you got a chance to shoot that. I'm glad you liked it.
We burned through your old ammo and put fresh in it.
Yep.
Okay. I wasn't unloading the mags. I'm like, fuck it, they're already loaded. If they're gonna shoot the damn thing, they can shoot it.
Right.
Which is
Yeah.
weird because you have unloaded a lot of Ty's mags.
Yeah, that's just because he's gonna be reloading them, not me.
All right, we got to get to.
Rifles.
Yeah, let's move this
Riffles.
shit out. We're gonna talk the assault rifle 15.
Shut the fuck up,
Don't you mean
dumb
14?
son bitch. Armalite rifle, not an assault rifle.
Assault
You
rifle
fucking
14. That's what the AR means. Assault rifle.
Yeah.
Lay that bitch up there, Trigger. This is what we call the Poverty Pony. It's got basically 100% cheap parts when you get it. You can buy those for sub $400 all day long. I put a cheap tack
Minus
light
the
on.
sights and the tack light. That's
Yeah.
just the firearm itself.
Yep. I put a cool little tack light on there, super cheap. I put a Sig Sauer dot on it because I got a really good deal on that thing. Put the adaptive tactical buttstock and then a grip on it, and a Magpul.
And once again, why did you put this stock on?
Because I'm a
here?
huge pussy and I like that soft buttstock.
At least he'll admit to it.
I do.
That's nice.
Because the pain the original one inflicts, his Midol does not cancel out.
No, and it's got the Magpul slide release. What do they call that? Bad lever.
Yeah, the bad one.
Okay.
So
We're broken in half. We need some way to prop this up.
tear it in half.
Yep. Just do it all the way.
Let's pick this bitch apart. So there's, just like anything, cars, motorcycles, trucks, houses, everything has good stuff and bad stuff. This thing is nicknamed the Poverty Pony for a reason. Now the professor loves his high-end stuff, but his shit fucks.
So-
As they say, his shit fucks. Mine probably gonna have a malfunction way before his.
I brought my bolt gun here today, and that's the gun that got me to stop buying cheap shit that I didn't want, just so I had something close to it. You buy something, it's like, yeah, it's not close.
Trick.
Then you sell it, you buy something different. So, yeah, I stopped buying the cheap shit because I wanted something better, and I know if something bad happens, that weapon's gonna function. So
We don't buy guns to just look at. We buy them
No.
to shoot, and we buy them to work, and we buy them for defense and numerous reasons. But the common thing in all of them, we want them to work.
When we need
want
them to.
work.
Yeah.
but at the same time, shooting is a fun
Shit.
sport.
Very fun.
Can be.
And expensive.
It-
Just FYI.
yes.
So here's a little quick story, real fast. I was drunk Thursday night, and I'm over there pissing in front of the American flag, whizzling away.
And you
That
got a furry blowjob?
That fucking dog ran right through my piss. I soaked him. I fucking soaked him. And I call the old lady and I'm like, you gotta get this dog a bath right now. What? I'm like, I just pissed all over your fucking dog. She come busting out of the house with a dog shampoo. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I just pissed all over the fucking dog. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
So, I think a good idea for a newbie, go out and buy one of the relatively cheaper ARs. Your Poverty Pony for what, $400?
Palmetto State
You
Armory.
can get a
They're
ATI for
$349,
$369 right now. I posted a bunch of stuff on it. If you follow us, you'll know.
It's a good way to get into an AR platform
On the cheap.
On
If
the
you
cheap.
don't like it,
or you just want one for the recreational weekend, burn some ammo. So, a few times you go out to the range, hey, I'm going to bring out my AR and I'll burn through a mag or 100 rounds, and then it goes up for a year. You're going to want the cheap one.
I don't know if I remember the last time I've seen your gun.
I swear I had it out not that long ago. You might not have been there though.
Okay.
But let's say you want to upgrade. What are you going to upgrade first? So, one of the things you got to consider, what do you want the platform to be used for? Is it going to be
Close quarters, long range.
Close quarters, long range. You want it to be stationary, or do you want to be something that you're going to carry around? So maybe you're going to do a carbine course at some point, something I really want to do. You know, you don't want some 10-pound thing that you want to be able to shoot 600 yards. It's got to be relatively light. Also accurate. Do you want keyhole, or do you want, I can hit paper at 100 yards?
You can define that. I could hit a piece of paper the size of my refrigerator at 100 yards.
Did you put trigger in this?
I did.
Okay. Like,
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's not an El Cheapo trigger.
No, that fucker's nice.
Okay.
It is an El Cheapo. I think it's like $60. That's a Delta
Okay,
team
it's
deal.
not just a lower parts.
No,
kit.
it's not an Anderson trigger. Anyway, so
you need to figure out what you're going to do, or what you want the platform to be used for, and then you can upgrade accordingly.
well, and an AR-15 is
Modular.
modular. You can do it. Build one for 100 yards and in.
Yep.
Build one for 200 yards and out.
Well,
You
okay.
can put a 20-inch barrel.
It's even got a pony on the back.
On that one does, yeah. I have to tag them.
Well, like, you can go through as budget allows and swap out just the charging handle.
I need to.
You can swap out.
Like-
You can get a skeletonized freaking bolt carrier group.
Can I machine this one to work? Because right now this thing is a POS in that gun.
Well, okay, so like this week I can only swing a charging handle. Okay, just
Well, they're down to $10 for one, or they're up to $180, whatever.
Well, it's just
Well-
like your red, white, and blue one. Shit, you can get an anodized blue one, an anodized red one, an anodized white one.
That one
You
should be
can get
just
one
fine, but
that's-
it's not. It's a piece of shit.
You can get one that says the business lever or something. You can get them say all sorts of shit on them.
He's gonna go grab his $100 fucking
Hey.
charging handle.
I don't like the wear I'm seeing on this where this charging handle latches.
On here.
Yeah. That's
not my problem. It's the actual action. And I don't know, you can kind of see it right there. You see how that's grinding that roof on there?
Can you hand me that charging handle from El Cheapo?
Yep.
So here's a standard. Got a real tiny latch on there that holds it.
And it's only one side, so it's not ambidextrous.
Yep.
That doesn't bother me because I've never actually grabbed one-sided. I've always grabbed them, and that's just my whatever muscle memory, call it. I'm grabbing them both.
I
I
just
grabbed
grabbed
Shoot you
one
in
one.
your
side.
left arm.
Now I'm one-handed.
Yeah. Not major, but yeah. So one reason this one costs more, this one's from Bravo Company. They have a much higher ridge here for suppressive fire to help try and get some of that gas going upwards behind
Well,
you.
they thought of everything.
You have it a little bit here, but it's not as much. I got a slightly bigger latch on this one.
How much is that charging handle?
Hold it up so the camera can see.
BCM, Bravo
BCM.
Company Manufacturing.
Yep, Bravo Company Manufacturing.
Okay,
This is
that's pretty high end. That's up there. That's up
That-
there. in the
that's
top-
one of the
I would
highest
give that
ends,
the
yeah.
top 10
How much
gun
does that run?
manufacturing
Nine-
AR-15 people.
70 to 90 bucks, I'm thinking. Now, I will say this. Bravo Company sells scratch and dent / blem.
I'm gonna fuck it up anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes my brain hurt.
You know, if you're gonna use your weapon, who cares if it's got a couple little scratches on it? The last 3 guns I've built, I've used their scratch and dent upper receiver, and I haven't seen one thing wrong with them. I have not seen one thing that's like
Really?
So whatever their little issue
okay, so
is,
start looking for scratch and dents. All right.
yeah, on their website, I see scratch and dent. Bruno, the one that had the shitty charging handle, I sent him the link to the scratch and dent one, and it's
Feel that.
I think it's
So you have
60
two
bucks.
different
This is
PCM.
yep. I put this one
This
in.
one's not. Or is this one ambidextrous?
No.
Nope. This one
But
is.
feel how much force that takes. You actually have to put some thought into that.
And I wonder if it's the charging handle itself, or if it's the, because you can see the marring on it. Look at where it locks in on the side.
Why are you holding the bolt carrier group in while you're trying to pull back on the
No.
bolt carrier group?
I'm not. I'm holding the gun down by the tab, the takedown tab.
Okay. Back to tearing these things.
As we're staring at trigger.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. Which one is that? Because there's one right here.
That one's yours.
That's yours
Okay.
out of this gun. This is his other one.
So I
he's
brought
got that
two
one.
over
Okay.
here.
Okay. So you think the upper has to be machined to be thinner?
I think it needs some polishing done on it.
Okay.
A couple thousand rounds should do that.
Yep.
By then the barrel will be shot. Be replacing it anyway. I don't have any inkling or ideas. When I replace the barrel, I'm just going to do the whole upper.
Pretty good idea. I will say, on the blackout that I built,
Okay.
I put that Daniel Defense rail on there. I was shocked at how soft the metal was to tighten that barrel nut. I bent it on the first turn of the barrel nut. So, $300 rail that comes with a tool specifically to torque your barrel nut
Yeah.
onto the upper receiver. It bent it.
Really?
It bent it. I was
Devastated.
I was devastated. I was pissed off.
See the church.
And now I got to try and figure out a way
That's
to bang this
the
back into
budget
place to get it torqued one last time. But upgrading your rifle,
Okay, so the thickness of that latch, the actual latch paw on this side,
Yeah.
is 3/16 of an inch thick. The mark it's making is a 1/16 of an inch wide. It's only got a 16th inch. It's got an 1/8 inch of that fucker that's not hitting. when it
Well,
goes
also his has a heavier spring on it.
Let's just use this bolt carrier in mine, though. Okay.
in. Let me know how that works.
Yeah.
and that's one of the things that when you upgrade to a high-end bolt carrier group.
I bought a cheap one. It's working in the Wild Child over there. It's
Yep.
working. When
But-
it breaks, I'm going to upgrade. I won't buy more.
Yeah,
But
the
in
channel's not locked
in
in.
terms of accuracy, barrel and bolt carrier, because this is what locks into your barrel. So your barrel and that are working together.
Okay. Keep going.
So there's only a few. Now there's a huge rabbit hole to figure out a finish.
Oh, the nitride finish. Or,
There's so many different
Yeah.
finishes on these things.
oh, he'd probably get one of those
Rainbow.
ones.
Ceramic coated rainbow.
Yep.
Cerakote.
Which one's your Wild Child? Is that the bull barrel 20-inch?
No, the Wild Child is that one that's got all crazy colors and the binary trigger.
Oh, okay.
I thought you
That
took
is-
the binary out.
Nope. Well, right now, if you want one of those Franklin binaries, they're $100 off until they're sold out. They're $299.
Good price.
That's a good fucking price. I mean, it's a lot for a trigger, but that thing will turn it into an absolute fucking monster.
I basically put it into my pistol as a, how do I want to call it? If ever need be, the suppressive fire weapon,
Okay.
because you can go a lot of rounds fast.
Yeah, you ain't no fucking joke there.
I will say one thing about building an AR or modifying it When I say modifying, I mean changing parts.
Legally modifying.
ATF.
Third
Yo,
hole.
just
This one
changing
has
out
it.
parts. You get to understand how the platform works.
Hey Ty, when did you get this auto sear?
So when Bruno's weapon went down,
Yeah.
a few minutes of tinkering with it
On the fly, you
on the fly, he has an out of spec charging handle. He pulls the charging handle back and lets go, and it just stays where it's at. It does not go into battery. It also can't be pulled back far enough to be locked back. So
really?
putting in my charging handle fixed his issue.
So you know your problem is this charging handle.
Yeah.
So I plan on, I just need to fucking pull the trigger, proverbially, and buy a good charging handle. Like I said, this is a poverty pony. The lower is one thing. Every part's different. Moody said it best. It's a adult Lego. That's
No.
going to be my next Lego piece.
Go get your bull barrel.
Yeah.
That has a $10 ambidextrous charge handle in it.
Okay. That's one of those package deals you bought, right?
Yep, that was one of the blind box freaking things from Delta Team Tactical.
So your charging handle, as long as it operates, it's not integral to the system working. It gets it started, but as long as it gets it started, you're fine.
Yeah.
Most people don't pull the charging handle after they change a mag. They just hit the bolt release.
Yeah, this is aimed at the extra side. Empty. Right? Yep. Okay.
Oh, that's your dick gun.
Oh yeah, I shot that next to you. That was way fun. Everybody hated me that day.
Another thing, muzzle brakes are annoying as hell to everyone around you. Bruno, as I'm trying to get ready to shoot the 300 Blackout for the first time, starts sending rounds down range, and it's just bow, bow. It's like, son of a bitch.
Dude, I remember there was a bunch of Asians when we were shooting that thing. A bunch of Asians down the ways, and I'm pulling it away. I just catch a glance at them, and they stop what they're doing and staring at me. Like, fuck that
Is
guy.
this really that much louder?
It's
It's
apparently
terrible.
Pretty bad. Back here, it's not.
Because you're in the area where the gas is going away from, it's fine. If you're on either side, it's just, it's,
Half of that gas is going right in your face.
yeah.
All you can hear is bang, ping, bang, ping.
Because this is the first 20-inch barrel it dealt with.
Fucker. Well, he put it at 200. I need to make sure. I need to take it back out.
No,
to
it was
that-
150.
that-
You have enough. You should have enough.
to get me where I need to.
Yeah.
That fucking scope's a little overkill.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the old lady bought it for me for Christmas. So I can't.
See, what I hear is she bought you a scope for a gun that you don't have yet.
Yeah, that's.
Yes.
So you have to buy another.
She's telling you to go out and buy another one.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of along those lines. Midway had the $200 deal. You bought one. Is it? You done anything with it?
Not yet. Still on the shelf.
Okay, let's do that. Let's get it.
I meant to bring it today, but
Actually, the range that he goes to is perfect for setting that shit up because they
Yeah.
have actual distances and actual gongs way out there at 150, 200.
No, it only maxes out at 150. That's
think it's
that's
200.
no, that's the downside. It's only 150. So those gongs are at 150.
All right, I believe you. I thought it was 2.
Yeah, I wish. There's a place out in Door that has 500, but you have to be a member there and kind of pain in the ass.
Okay.
and you got to go to door.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said it. Okay,
So-
back to the AR-15s. We're
It is adult Lego.
We
if
hit-
you want to adjust how it cycles, you can swap out your buffer spring or your buffer pin
the
to
weight.
it, the
So-
weight and the spring tension.
That can be used to get your ejection proper. So on shooting suppressed, they said you should have one weight of buffer if you're shooting suppressed, you should have a different weight if you're shooting unsuppressed.
Well, if you talk to Sons of Liberty, they're going to make it work no matter what you got. This
Okay.
thing's going to shoot suppressed or unsuppressed.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a dedicated, like my blackout is only going to be suppressed, I'll have one in there and be done with it. Where the other one with the Surefire suppressor, that's going to be both. So find that happy medium.
I
Tune
was
it.
gonna say, and also if you're using the same lower and changing your uppers, let's say you're going from a 5.56 to a 450 Bushmaster or a
The lower,
500
the lower
Beowulf.
will do that.
Yes.
Just change the upper and
All you gotta do is change the upper.
into max.
Well, the
Nope.
upper.
Oh, yes. Sorry, it was a 450. 500 Beowulf or 50 cal Beowulf,
yeah.
you use the 5.56 mags.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that works for 300 blackout, 5.56, 223, and Beowulf.
Beowulf.
What else? Is that it?
450
so.
Bushmaster, there's some reliability issues that people have talked about. I've looked into doing an AR platform 450 Bushmaster for hunting.
I originally wanted one, but I can't afford the ammo. I have too many hobbies.
450 Bushmaster is going to be I zero it, and that's when I use it to hunt, and that's it.
Yep. I can agree to that.
But then again, that's also another ammo that you're gonna fucking stock.
Some
I
people
tried
can
to
do it.
freaking, and I know there's people that have one of every freaking caliber ever freaking.
So
Sorry,
a couple weeks
I
ago,
didn't
we
mean
had a
that
guy,
towards you, but
a couple weeks ago, we had
Here
a
we
guy
are.
out to the range. One of Tina's guys. He had an AR-15 for fucking everything. It was insane.
In
And I'm
caliber?
like, I appreciate it. However,
Caliber-wise?
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it was crazy. Let's pull another one out. Here's the
Didn't want to
450.
just
Here's the
swap
fucking-
uppers. He wanted to just have a
he's
complete
got
setup.
Everything.
So one of my issues for the blackout is you can chamber a 300 blackout in a 5.56 barrel and fire it. It's a catastrophic explosion. So I have dedicated mags. They say 300 on them. I actually put paint in the 300 so it stands out.
I've seen that.
But at the same time, if other people are around, I'm watching them like a hawk. Hey, that's 300.
Yep.
And I don't.
and see, it's reasons like that I stick with all 5.56.
Yep.
Everyone, because I only have to buy one ammo, and two, I don't have to mix it up. Like I told you before on the story, I had a Glock 9x19, and then there was a Glock 23 sitting next to it. Well, guess what? The 9x19 mags will fit in the Glock 23. I was trying to shoot 9s out of 40. It would shoot.
It wasn't accurate.
They'd kind of rattle and come out and like just fall onto the ground. And every casing was split.
Whoops.
Like, what the fuck is the problem? And then it would jam up on ejection.
I'm just going to go ahead and blame that on Glock.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Then I realized, oh, this is a 40. I'm shooting 9 out of it.
Whoops.
Yep. So I don't like that. I will stick with.
I'm with you, dude. That's why I did what I did. I got rid of my 40. All right. We did charging handle. Bolt carrier group is what? The heart of the gun. Or
That-
should we skip that?
That is the heart of the gun. That is the
I
thing.
don't want to skip. I'm not skip it totally, but do
We can cover it now because
Okay, let's do it.
it's the heart of the gun. It's the part where the firing pin is. It locks up with the barrel. It's the part that ejects the spent round, pushes the new round in. I mean, if this thing doesn't work, the gun
You're
doesn't
screwed.
work.
If the charging handle is jacked up, you can still make it work. If the butt stock is fucked up, you can still make it work. That one, there's certain things that are not going to be able to pass on.
Now, you did mention you needed a full auto bolt carrier grip.
M4,
Well, actually, this is an
This is an
I've-
M16.
I've got.
Do you have an AR-15 bolt carrier group? Because I didn't see any in Trigger's group.
Yeah,
So-
actually, I put the full auto.
Do you know what the
M16.
difference is?
It's got cut out here.
Do you have
down
an
here.
AR
On that side?
bolt
Okay.
carrier?
It's just a little bit of material that's missing. It's like
Yeah.
it's just a slightly lighter. But who gives a shit?
Yeah, it's just
Actually, I got
milled
a
a
couple
little
of
bit more.
M16 style.
It's milled a little bit more, so if you did have an M16 trigger, it sticks up a little bit higher. It just wouldn't catch.
Okay.
That's all.
I
That's
think it's a way to make
It's got to be something to do with the weight part of it.
I'm sure.
It's got to be. Okay.
it's
Because there's
it's
more
probably
material on
some
the M16 ones.
it's probably some warm and fuzzy thing. This makes me feel safe. They can't just make it full auto.
But they're all going to work, so just stick with the full auto bolt. Anyway, bolt carrier has many moving parts inside of it that you can't see. The pin. Really?
I take mine apart when I clean my gun.
Really?
Nope.
Yeah.
Every time.
Okay. Well,
It's simple. One little pin on the side,
twist
and
that, right?
well, you pull this. There's a little pin on the side. You pull that out. Firing pin drops out. Then you can take out this cam pin. Now your bolt comes out, and you can even take the bolt apart. On the 300 Blackout, they actually recommend putting in a different O-ring for the different casing.
Now we were talking about
So, but real quick, the bolt carrier group, just buy the fucking beast, the whole thing, but don't cheap out. Buy a good one. The metal matters. The parts matter.
Yep.
The firing pin matters. Everything in it matters.
And if you
Buy
buy
them.
one that's, we'll say disassembled, because if you want to put a different pin in it and change, you can change everything. You can upgrade everything in a bolt carrier group and just keep the shell, just the outside of it. But I've seen some of your cheaper models that
Holy shit! There's a piece I ain't seen.
once you freaking, or when you get them, they go through the manufacturing process or put them together. This freaking gas rail,
Yeah.
they don't spike it enough, and these screws fucking back out.
Yep.
Really.
If they don't freaking spike it enough, it doesn't lock them
Like it
in.
meaning
Call
what?
they stake them. So here's
Stake 'em,
mine.
not spike 'em, stake 'em,
They jam the metal from the gas key into the screw.
or gas.
Right
you
there.
go.
In there.
So they pinch
Sorry, I
it
got
in
a
there.
big, I got
So
a big long booger shovel.
yeah. So
So-
they jam the metal from the key into that screw, so
Okay.
it can't move.
But you get a cheap one, it might have been lost in translation in quality. They might not have spiked it good enough. And those
And every
bolts will
time
fucking
vibrations
sitting
with,
there
with
rattling
bolts
and
on
it'll
cars or trucks.
spin out, and at some point they're out enough. This is loose, so you don't get the
Catastrophic.
full gas coming back. And those screws
Well, that's good stuff.
lock up in the top up here.
Right. Okay.
They don't lock up in the top. They'll push up against the freaking charging handle, and everything locks up in there.
So we're on. The bolt carrier group is part of the. It's kind of it merges the lower and the upper together, really.
Yes.
So where do we go from here? Because we got to move on. I mean, we can talk about that all night.
if
Really.
you get a skeletonized bolt carrier group, you might want to look into changing your buffer setup
Yep.
to help it cycle correctly.
Now a lot of competition shooters,
Well,
they will have their bolt carrier group matched to that for cycling, for certain ammo, and all that shit. Ammo will cycle faster, be more accurate.
with my Franklin Armory binary trigger, it came with a kit to change the weight and the spring. It came with it's got to be to do with the speed, speed of return. Otherwise, why would
Yeah.
they do it?
No,
Because
And it's-
they know once that, because dude, it basically kind of turns it into full auto. Because once it starts bouncing off my shoulder, you just spent 30 fucking rounds.
You want to pop a squat?
There's a
I was picking some of my stuff up from cables.
somewhere over there's a chair.
Car did a click, and I shut it off. and did
Um,
start.
Do we move on to lower or upper?
Let's touch on barrel real quick.
Go for it. There's Poverty Pony. Those things are famous for burning out.
Yep.
They're cheap, not cheap metal, but they're cheap metal.
So you want to go reputable dealer. So I'm a Bravo Company fan because they test their stuff and they stamp their stuff. Their barrels actually tell you what they've done to them. So they do high pressure tests to make sure there's no micro cracks in the metal.
Each in every single barrel leaving
Every barrel.
the warehouse gets okay.
Mm-hmm. Now you want to go with profile. You want a skinny one to be light to carry. You want a big bull barrel to be stationary and not move, but supposedly cool down faster.
Now, aren't the bull barrels more accurate with less flex in the barrel when fired?
That's what they say.
Okay.
It kind of depends. Really.
You know, that also, a little bit of a backtrack, your bolt carrier group, like you were saying, locking to the barrel, if those two lock tight, that gun is more accurate.
Yeah.
That firearm is more accurate.
Less
If they,
spent bullshit.
yep, if they
spare
have
gas.
more play, then it's not going to be as accurate. These precision and long range firearms are tight to where you can feel a massive difference. You take, I don't know, you take a Savage versus a Browning. Savage is a very, very inexpensive firearm.
Still reputable.
Yes, but you compare it side by side with a bolt action Browning, significant difference in the tightness of the bolt to the barrel when it locks in.
Okay. All right. Barrel,
Now
handguard.
now talk about twist of the barrels. You can get
Yeah.
so many different twists. Your most common is 1 in 8 or 1 in 7.
Yep, I've seen that.
Well, 1 in 9 is the most, but that's
Is
more
it?
of the cheaper ones.
Okay. I've
And
seen
it's-
some that are 1 in 12, but they say that one, they say that one creates a lot of turbulence and isn't as accurate as far out.
So really, it just stabilizes the bullet. So the faster the
Spinning
twist,
of the bullet.
yeah,
Because it makes the bullet itself spin as it's leaving.
yeah.
Right? Okay.
And now I've heard of
context.
wearing riflings out also in the barrels. If you're shooting very,
All of mine are probably full of gunpowder.
very, no, probably full of fucking lead and copper.
Probably.
It's weird.
But-
He's got a smooth bore AR.
You get a more mild barrel, less hardening, whatever. I've heard that they will start to wear out the riflings.
I've not heard that, but lower parts kit. So if you build your gun, so you go out and you buy your lower receiver at your store and register it. It's just a chunk of metal. You still have to add all of the parts into it. I just found this out in the last build. Not all lower parts kits are made the same. Some are just taking some cheap springs and throwing them in there. Well, again, all these things are essential to the operation of your weapon. Do you want to spend $40 and if you have a weekend burner, sure, why not? If you're going to make sure
$40 is the entry level kit.
I'm just throwing it out there.
I was gonna say, the ones we've put in, we've gotten for $15 to $25 for lower parts kits.
Okay. Well, I know he hasn't.
Nope.
I'm just saying.
I've bought 10 of your kits with one.
Okay.
Better trigger, better springs, just better components.
I have a couple extra medium grade triggers ready to go over there. I thought about putting it in that one you just had because it's got a stiff ass trigger in that thing. I've got the trigger. I might as well just swap the fuckers out. Anyway, sorry.
Well, one of the last parts things we did, parts acquirement, I got some anti-walk pins.
Yep.
Because not necessarily do I want to do a stupid trigger like your one. I want to do a drop-in trigger. Well, with a drop-in trigger, you have to use anti-walk pins versus the regular tension ones.
Because the springs don't lock in anyway.
Correct. Correct.
And-
The springs are what locks the pins in.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
I have some over there, and I put them in all of mine at this point. I still have to do it in the blackout. It's just peace of mind because it's literally just a bar with a notch in it that a spring catches in. It's like, okay, well, a spring,
The anti-walks have just a screw in it.
yeah. There's a bar between both pins, and they're screwed together. So, it's peace of mind.
Okay.
Especially if you're getting a block of aluminum and doing
DIY projects.
DIY projects. If you misdrill the hole or the holes for them, the standard pins that are held in with spring pressure don't sit in there very tight. Well, you can snug up and put the anti-walk pins
with a
in.
high-speed trigger.
Yep, and everything's
Springs
jarring
and
around
shit
so
are
much
bouncing around
faster.
in there.
Yep.
All right.
So, not saying cheap's definitely the way to
Fucking
go, but
Harleys.
I mean, do the research.
Yeah. Yeah, Ty, do you have a Harley?
No. All right, moving on.
Here.
Smart ass.
Pretty much covered what I've
hold
already
on.
got here.
Quick sidetrack. How'd that Long Island iced tea treat you?
Good. I drove up and I walked into my camper van.
How was the drive back to where
Very
you stayed?
talkative.
I had another one. I got grandma to do a shot with people.
Really?
Good.
While grandpa was filming.
I told, dude, I knew about it, and then I think Amy had some fucking project.
You had
and
to
then
go
I
up and
completely-
take the skeletons up to Snow's Lake.
That's what it was. I flaked out completely after
That's
that.
fine. I felt like an awkward +1 sitting at the end of the table.
Anyway, we gotta finish this. We're on uppers or lowers right now because we're still bouncing around.
We're on lowers now.
Okay.
We were on,
But the hand guard is where all the accessories go.
Yeah.
Lights,
You can get quad rails, 2 rails.
M-lock, key lock, Picatinny.
You can get the little rubber plugs like you have for comfort grip to go
Finger
around the
hands.
There's
hand guard.
dainty
Yep.
fingers.
You can get your rainbow ones like you want.
What?
I mean, I'm sure
What,
Moody
recoil
can
pad?
even get a freaking butt plug attachment for the bottom.
Well, you can get that angled foregrip
Yep.
or the.
Or your
There's a million
bipods,
different
your
YouTube videos going.
monopods.
These are the top 10 best accessories for your AR. The top 3, 5, whatever. There's a
Talking
shitload.
heads. What do you need?
What makes you comfortable?
Everything you add to it adds weight.
Yep. That's where you got to pay attention to shit.
I had that VR80 all tricked out. Because I started life as a 9-pound gun empty. Oh, dude.
And now it's 21 pounds.
Not anymore. I took all that shit off because it was too heavy.
Well,
All right.
shooting that at the range, his left arm started to be as strong as his right arm.
I get exercise.
So,
So, anyways,
any rail system you buy is pretty much going to have its own dedicated barrel nut. It's going to have your own way to torque it. Some of them you have to line up the gas tube, so you're supposed to torque it to so much, but you got to get that damn tube through there, so you got to torque it even more.
Well, then
Compensators.
Then you
We love
have shims. That way you're
like axle shims? Like,
yes,
gear
I
shims?
mean very much so.
is it? Okay.
For the end of the barrel
I
to
talk
the
car.
upper receiver
Yeah.
for your engagement of your BCG into the barrel.
Right.
well, so like the AR I have at home has the quad rail, but the shroud is entirely separate from the barrel. So you can torque that thing on and off. There is no lining up.
Yeah. Some of them have that, some of them don't. The blackout one, the Daniel Defense, you don't have to line up a little hole to get the gas tube through. So you torque it to where it needs to go. If the tool holds, Daniel Defense, and you put the fore end on, 4 screws.
There's a million different compensators to put on the end of the barrel. Compared
Let's
to that.
not call them compensators because that's what the dicks use. However, you have your flash hiders, which do exactly what they say, hide the flash.
Well, hold on. The ones that usually come on rifles look like one, but they don't.
No.
The bird cage, they supposedly work pretty well. I don't do firing at night because I don't have any place to do that.
Well, I have no reason to be hiding my flash.
Well, now I want to see how much flame comes out of the end of one of these in a 5.56 platform. You talked me right into it.
Start.
I mean,
Well, we can see the dot above the J and the I.
we've shot the blanks out.
Yep.
right here.
What was that? Couple hundred yards?
Yeah, 600 yards. Yeah. To the glass. Anyway.
Nope.
All
Don't know anything about it.
right. Call the upper done. Lower, there's still butt stock and what else? We got
Shit,
part-
you can get
Trigger
takedown.
group.
You can get special takedown pins that have a knurled nut on the outside of them, or
Keep
knurled
talking. I'm gonna
grip.
try not to piss on somebody's dog.
Anodized ones. I mean, you can get so many different takedown pins. If you plan on swapping it out fairly regularly with a different upper, if you put a different set of lockdown pins, you don't have to fight as much. You literally have a little freaking knob that you can pull on it, and it just sticks out 3/8 of an inch out the side of the gun.
Well,
Take it
something
right down.
Something I also like about the ARs is they're designed so you can do a lot of maintenance with a round. Like the takedown pins, you can push them out with a round. You can't quite get your finger in there.
You can change the buffer, the
Yeah, just
weight.
I mean,
Spring,
keep
all
in
that.
mind they were designed to be maintained in the field by someone who doesn't have a toolkit or a workbench.
Fuck, you can use a stick as far as that's concerned.
Yep, but if you get too much dirt in the barrel, it's going to have an issue.
Yeah.
But, you know, oh goddamn, what's this oh my god. What's this slide release thing called by Magpul?
The bad lever.
Bad lever?
Yep. It's kind of a Gucci thing, but it's nice to have.
Dude, I have two of them, and I don't even know. I think it's on the Wild Child, the other one.
I have one still in the box that I haven't put on anything.
You bought a
So-
knockoff, and you got a better deal than I got.
Yeah, I got it for like $6.
Yeah, buy me one.
So basically, for those that don't know, if the slide is open, there's a button in just outside the trigger guard on the right hand side that you can push to release the slide, instead of having to reach up and hit the ping pong paddle.
From the left.
Now,
That actually.
now
I
it
put-
looks
I
a
bought
lot cooler when you pick your gun up and you go wham, and then it goes wham.
It
does.
I like it. They're 30. What are they? $35 on average.
Yeah.
They're
I'm not saying they're
I bought
not
two of them.
cool or whatever. I
buy them on
definitely
sale.
like the
Buy them
freaking
with
effect.
whatever discount code or coupon code you can find.
So most of your lower parts kit's going to come with a standard mil spec
effective.
trigger,
Lego.
but it's going to be in the 6-pound range to pull. Not great, but you can still get away with it. That's what I had for the longest time, and then I discovered aftermarket triggers, and I don't want to go back to the mil spec.
That's got a
I will say,
fair trigger on it.
the one on I don't want to call that gun, but
Let's be honest, mil spec is just the definition for good enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
that,
So
that
18-year-old
trigger
kid ain't
is,
gonna notice.
is scary light.
Let's put a blank in it. Is that a 5.56?
Yeah.
Let's take it, walk right out front here, and let's see that fucker fire on it. No, we do it here.
Apparently, you've never met Ty.
Oh, I'd rather not get my first felony.
Well, somebody's got to take
They
it. It
still
ain't
young,
gonna be
All right. Lowers. What did I miss? Did we miss grips and butt stocks? Tubes?
Mag release.
trigger groups.
Okay.
I've actually had some of my mag releases not catch on the original metal mags. So if I'm firing, my mag will drop out the bottom with a freaking steel mag.
I'm not a big fan of them.
I've
I've
tried-
seen
I've-
them. I don't own any.
I've tried adjusting them, and granted, they were very, very cheap. I think I picked up 2 mags for like $3,
Oh, damn, it's cheap.
and they were 30-round mags or R, whatever.
know
I've
if I
tried
like you, don't like
I've tried
this the whole
adjusting
time.
it. and it doesn't hold any tighter, my P mags, my Amend 2 mags, and my Hex mags all hold in great with that gun.
But
I
so all
act-
you guys know, I still have some Pen 2 mags. I'm probably going to order another 10, 20 packs. So if you want to buy any more, just let me know. I don't care. I don't make any money on them. Anybody else wants to buy them, I don't make. They're like $10 a piece. I think I pay like $9.60 or what the last batch.
I
So I'm not
started
making fucking change.
I started filing the finish.
numbers?
No. I removed the finish from the mag area. So where that bar is that catches the mag. When I was assembling one of my ARs, I was like, "Man, it's really sticky." You push the mag release and it kind of gets stuck and then pop out.
Yeah.
I just started taking files and just removing that finish in there, and then that catch moves
Keep a
much.
little sheen of oil on top of it, so it doesn't rust.
Yeah,
I mean, you
Well,
probably
it's
keep them
aluminum.
soaked
I was
in.
just say it's aluminum.
Oh, is it aluminum?
but
Oh yeah, duh.
still, it just
Imagine how much
operates
it'd weigh if
better.
it was steel.
So
Well, I guess what are you Are you talking you remove the finish on the lower?
yeah,
Okay, not the actual pin.
Take the powder coat off it.
I do have a mag release extension on one of mine, and I freaking absolutely love it
Really? Because I have some. I don't think I've ever put them on.
because I can hold the gun, the firearm naturally, and I can reach up and touch it with my finger, and I can release the mag. I don't have to stretch any. I don't have to get uncomfortable. I can reach up, touch it. It freaking works awesome.
I just don't have lady hands.
And maybe that's the fucking case. I don't know, but I actually like having that extension mag or that extended mag release. Like, I mean, it comes along the same lines as your business lever,
Bad
or
lever.
bad lever. There you go.
It's just an extra part to add on. I mean, like, again,
Adding weight.
it's an adult fucking Lego. You could put a Picatinny mounted dildo on these things.
Oh man, that poor home invader. Come here.
I'm gonna poke you with the end of this fucking
Poor
thing.
home invader.
Can you imagine?
Poor Amy having to use it on Ty.
No.
Can you
Speaking of
imagine
which,
having to go to court with that police report?
oh, dude.
So he shot you with what? Listen, this thing was this big.
Knocked me out with it, then fucking. There's so many different grips. That bull barrel one has a what they call sniper grip. It's
You talking forward grip or
regular
pistol grip?
Pistol
handle?
grip.
Okay.
So
There is so many.
I mean, there's so many foregrips.
Yeah.
The accessories on the end rail, that could be a whole night.
Accessories on the whole damn thing. You know, you got that Hogue. That Hogue's on the other one, isn't it?
I think so. That's on the Wild Child.
And
Actually,
that's
it's
a
on
fairly.
that one. There's one on that.
Oh,
too.
yep, that one. That's
It's one of
fairly
both.
soft, and you know what? If your hands get wet or whatever, you still grip to that freaking rubber. It's where the plastic, it chews the shit out of your hand because it's got some pretty good freaking spikes on it.
But again, you put that Hogue on there, or knockoff Hogue.
You're adding weight.
You're adding weight. Yeah, you're adding
Yep.
weight. Everything adds ounces.
And most mine has the cheap ass plastics that comes with a $15 lower parts kit.
I got a couple of those, dude. I fucking give them.
We have those ones that we bought out of that one company in Muskegon or Grand Rapids that was skeletonized, all
that's on that Wild
machined
Child.
aluminum.
for trick.
Them fuckers are badass.
But they're heavy. But they're fucking.
But they're
trick.
heavy, but they're badass. They
That
look
looks- it
awesome.
looks cool as shit,
They
dude.
look freaking
It looks
awesome.
badass.
But you go with the standard
I'm glad I bought two of them
cheapo
myself.
one, and it's like freaking.
They went out of business, by the way. Yeah. So the lowers and the stuff. I have one blank grip. Now what?
Don't forget the other part.
Oh, your trigger guard.
Yeah.
So if you're wearing mittens, because your fingers can get cold, the bottom of the trigger guard can drop out. So if you're
bigger-
wearing mittens,
none of mine
Or-
can.
Or if you got a freaking 12-pound trigger, you need both your fingers.
All of mine have the upgraded trigger guard, so
I was gonna say,
All one piece.
pin and a screw.
Well, all my other ones are all one piece. They're not coming apart.
I was gonna say, I think there's one that is literally actually cast, forged, what the hell ever, into the as part of the lower. But you can get all different sorts of those. You can get all sorts of different freaking colors. You can
keep
get
in
the
mind,
freaking rainbows.
You can get the different parts kit to actually allow your buffer tube to fold to the side.
Yep.
If you want to make something a little bit more compact when it's stored.
$250 though. It's a lot of cheese for.
Well, hold
That's
on.
what that
hold it
folding
over.
stock. Remember that hinge piece?
Yeah.
Hey, Professor,
There's some quality ones and some cheap ones.
what oil filter stud onto the end of this barrel?
I mean, the grips, the butt stocks. That one has the adaptive tactical. You can spend $35 on it. You can spend $15 on it. Depends on where you buy it. Got the soft butt stock on it. There's a million different ones. You can buy the really cheap ones. They're lighter. I have one or two just sitting in the box.
I have some cheap ones we got on some freaking super duper sale. They were like $5.
Actually, I think I bought some at antique joints before for us. I think I gave them to you. So this one has tack light, the red dot from Sig Sauer, adaptive tactical butt stock, the hoe grip, the trigger, the bad lever. That's all we've done to the Poverty Pony. Why have we done it? Basically to review this shit here on this podcast. Now we're doing the whole gun tip to tail. What are we missing? I feel like we're missing something.
That one doesn't have an ambidextrous safety. That's the
No,
thing
because
on
we're
it.
right-handed.
And you're correct.
We're not wrong-handed.
Listen here.
I'm
getting a finger from Joe too.
I have one, and I hate it because it interferes with my trigger finger.
See?
It's rubbing on my finger.
Yeah, my finger's delicate. Is all I'm
My
hearing.
fingers hurt. Well,
It
now your
is.
back's gonna hurt.
It's because a freaking left-handed gun is freaking $150,
Well.
$250 more.
Oh shit.
Well,
Yeah, I don't think I
something
would-
else we can go into. You can buy left-handed uppers.
Or you could turn the fucking safety around.
Well, no, like the ejections on the other
Oh
side.
yeah. Again,
But I
like
heard
Joe
they're
just
not
said, they're probably
entirely
a little more
reliable.
money
Heard they're
Oh,
not
yeah.
entirely reliable.
because Greg's left-handed and he was looking at him.
But also, what was the other part? Oh, you can get an upper that can take belts. So if you want a belt feed,
You can get side charging uppers with Mike.
I was gonna say,
Foxtrot
Bear
Mike.
Creek Arsenal has
Yeah.
side charging uppers, and they're actually pretty reasonable. It's $250 with the charge handle,
I
the
kinda
freaking
like 'em.
carrier group, all that.
It
shit.
might be my next.
That's the company I was looking at for 450 Bushmaster.
But that
one?
reminds me of a freaking
Bear Creek.
Okay.
Ruger 1022, where you just have the little slide on the side and
Here's
pull
one.
it back,
I
release it.
forgot that I had a Remington 597 in the safe, and I just had to get in the safe for something, and I'm like, "The hell's that?" Now I got to go buy a Picatinny mount for it so I can put a scope on it. I'm gonna get that thing put together.
you can get uppers without the forward assist. Some people don't want that forward assist.
I got one over there, a Smith & Wesson, that's 22. I don't think they even come with them as an
Wow.
option.
No, 22 doesn't. But you have one over there that doesn't have forward assist in it either. Also,
That's the beer can gun.
yep,
Doesn't have a.
we never put a forward assist in it.
It doesn't need one.
Exactly. We're like, fuck it. It's
But
extra parts we don't have to freaking buy.
I mean, if you decide you don't want a forward assist, then I mean, so be it. It doesn't need one to function.
One that, like custom one says bang here.
And you know, speaking of custom ones, everything on this freaking firearm you can get in whatever specific freaking color you want it in. That's what,
Black is
like,
beautiful.
like they say,
Until
adult,
you get a
or like
truck
you
and
guys
it's
say,
dirty.
adult Legos.
Actually-
You can get everything. You can get the freaking door. You can get those to say stupid shit on them, like freaking Time to Play, or have freaking the Punisher skull on
Yeah.
there, or
Well,
whatever.
You could have fuck around on the outside and find out on the inside.
Well, no, I'm gonna.
You can have Fuck, you can have one made Wild Child.
Well, I could probably just, because it's not a part that gets beaten or heated, you could put vinyl stickers on it.
And what'd you call this one?
Budget pony.
That's the
Yeah, you
that's
can have-
poverty pony.
Poverty Pony. So you can have them put Poverty Pony on that sumbitch.
Yep.
You
The
can,
a couple of them I did put the.
and of course, there's
I got the
also
Punisher skull on the one in the Smith & Wesson that's nobody's ever seen, and then the VR80.
okay. There's also on the lowers, you can get them. I see them all the times that are skeletonized lowers. So all this is cut out for lighter weight. I also see them to where they're an inch thick and they have the freaking jaw of a skull right here and the
Those are
teeth
cool.
on the front. But that freaking magwell is 2.5 inches wide at that point. Oh yeah, they're freaking. When they build
it
up
depends
that,
what you want your rifle for.
And
I
again-
mean, there's some of them that have carbon fiber barrels.
I mean, you got polymer lowers also.
I've
You can do
got
a
one of
polymer.
those we need to work on.
I'm a little, yeah. Okay, that's for a different day.
But, I mean, well, it's adult Lego. It is entirely customizable for the way you want it to be.
What are we forgetting? Every part and piece on that is customizable or bone stock, one way or another, right? The
Well, we didn't
releases,
talk
the
about the-
switches, the buttons, the tweakers, the
We didn't talk
beepers,
about the gas
honkers.
tube.
Huh?
We didn't talk about the gas
Oh
tube.
yeah, you can have a freaking rifle,
Adjustable gas
gas tube,
tubes.
Well,
or
that's-
pistol
that-
gas tube, and
That more plays into your barrel setup. Do you have a 20-inch? You're gonna have a rifle length for a smoother shooting gun.
But you can get the adjustable ones to adjust how much gas pressure
Yeah.
is cycling. So you can adjust how it cycles. How
and
much,
again, that goes with the skeletonized bolt carrier group, your change of your weight and your buffer tube, all that shit. That's what they do to match these for
what
freaking
it's-
precision shooting.
We have talked about bug in, bug out before, but what about back to the caliber thing? I would love to have the AR-9.
so,
9 mil.
something I just remembered. So Ty, you said black is
Assault
beautiful.
rifle 9, sorry. What?
Ty, you said black is beautiful with the rifle.
Yeah.
So it's also true that in night vision, black sticks out. It's not a natural thing in night vision.
Okay.
But like green or desert blends in a little bit better in night vision.
Really?
Yeah, but if you shine a black light on that motherfucker, I bet it's covered in semen.
Oh, he can't wait to get it
Wow,
out
in
now.
that case.
Yeah. Splooge. Oh, nothing.
Oh, all over the barrel. All over the barrel.
But
And the foot and the grip. Oh, come on.
well, the trigger's probably definitely got some. Again, a super high end Sons of Liberty, $2,000. You can get even crazier than that. There are some of them out there that are
$2,000.
$10,000.
$2,000 for just the rifle. Nothing.
Yeah.
Not all
Yeah,
the
no
accessories.
add-on accessories.
For
Yeah.
just the rifle, in this case, Poverty Pony, I think I paid $369 for it. That's a pretty fair deal for everything that came with it. But what do? I go and change fucking everything. I might as well just buy the.
Upper
All the
and the
components.
lower, and put all your
Sons.
bullshit on it.
I might as well buy the Suns or the BCM or the.
Or buy pieces and parts and put your own together out of the parts that you want, the parts that you like.
I think the biggest thing for me, and again, it's just an opinion thing, based thing. A barrel, you can burn out a cheap barrel. So buy a really good barrel. The lower, I don't feel like there's a hell of a lot going on inside the lower other than holding on to parts.
Yep.
A place to bolt everything that has to have make the upper work.
The lower is what what makes it a firearm, according to
The ATF.
according
Jeremy's
to the
buddies.
stupid fucking idiots. But
Tell me how you
And by
really
Jeremy, I mean
feel.
both of you.
Thank you for approving my suppressor.
The next one's not going to be so fucking good.
But yes, to be honest, Ty said it very well. The lower, is literally just a freaking cavity for a bunch of fucking parts to be stuffed in.
To make the upper work.
Yep.
Yep.
Just like women.
Buy a super. Yeah. No, leave that shit in. Don't be a pussy.
That's the stuff shit in too.
The higher end upper with the barrel part is going to matter. The barrel part matters. Why? Because of accuracy and wear and tear.
If you got your weekend burner, who gives a shit? Have a cheap barrel.
I bought that because I'm like, fuck, I can't piece together a gun for $369.
No.
But I've already
And no, you're
I've
right.
already doubled
Not
the
right
cost
now.
of it.
I mean, they've come down, of course, Poverty Pony. They've come down with some freaking cheap ass freaking firearms lately.
This one may be the absolute worst piece of junk barrel or parts thing ever, but I haven't found out. I've shot it a bunch. I've never worn it out. It may be the greatest gun ever, minus the fucking
Charge handle.
charging handle.
No, that's the other thing is, like you said, a weekend freaking warrior. Or what'd you say?
Ammo burner.
Okay.
Weekend burner.
Weekend burner. There you go. If you're gonna get into shooting, and you getting into it big, and then 6 months down the line, you ain't got the money for the ammo, or you're sitting at home, you don't feel like going and doing anything, whatever. What are you out now?
Rifling.
You're out $350.
Yeah.
You didn't.
You can't buy pistols.
You
for that.
didn't build a custom freaking. I mean, I've seen people building freaking custom ARs, 12 freaking grand.
Yeah. I would love to be, because he's our local guy, the Shad at Great Outdoors. I'd love to work something out with him. Give anybody listening, say, hey, mention the show discounts. I don't know if I can make that happen. But I would just like to be able to buy all my shit from him and just call him and go, order me this, give it to me for what I can get online.
There's a different local
what-
guy that you might be able to work that out with.
Ryan?
No, Paul.
Well, not just guns?
No,
Nope, Smileys.
Smileys.
Oh, maybe. I like him too. I like Smileys. I guess I forgot his first name, but yeah. He's backwoods as they come. He's got a gun shop in a fucking hip roof barn. It's back, but it works. And he's not only just a gun store.
He's a
He's-
gunsmith. Well, he started out
But you-
just selling ammo to show that he is in the industry, so the ATF could see a sales history to make it easier for him to get a full FFL, so he could get into selling, and then he went into gunsmithing. So he's slowly grown it, but now I think he gets
Either
to play
one
with
of
full auto.
I ordered.
Well, in order
online,
to
I bought a
be,
gun and had it shipped to Smiley's.
in order to do gunsmithing, you have to have a FFL. I was actually looking into that this week.
Really?
I was looking into getting
Just
a.
to grind on some metal.
Yep. I was looking into getting a
Well,
FEL
they have to be able
and an
to trust you to
FFL.
handle a firearm. Because if you're a gunsmith, you can make yours full auto, which means they have no
Like
visibility.
legally?
Yeah.
Well, now I got a new goal.
Well, dude, I've thought about trying to get an FFL, but it's showing the consistent consumer base. What the fuck?
Amazon delivering to your brother over there.
I figure you got the cucumber stuck.
That's the emergency vehicle to get it out. 9 o'clock at night. Holy shit.
Dude, those Amazon guys deliver late.
Oh yeah, I've had them drop freaking shit off the house about 10:15.
Yeah, I've had about that, and I'm like, dude, you are in the wrong part of town to be doing that. 114. Yeah, but they keep doing it.
Is there anything else we need to hit on with the... We started out with a little bit of pistol talk because Trigger just showed up.
Yeah, but we covered a lot of ground on just
It's the
this
basic...
one.
This is the basics of it. There's so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want a firearm that you can completely customize, you'd be stupid to go with anything but an AR-15 platform.
As far as discounts that I found throughout the week that I've been bringing up at every show, I don't think anything's changed. The ammo is still the same deal. I don't know if the STV's sold out because it's been sold out, and then you go back 2 hours later and they stock it, and it's been weird. But the 223 for $7.99 a box. It was cheap. I got some over there. I'll show you. It's good stuff. I shoot the 9mm STV, and I've never had a problem.
I saw something a little sidetracked. Saw something a little unusual this week.
Your pecker?
Haven't seen that in years. A BMW using a turn signal.
That is fucking rare.
Wow, that was quick. I bet they're about to pull into your driveway, though.
Oh no. He gone. Not catching any shit tonight.
Reverse.
There's the house. Maybe they're going to make this the last stop. They're going to get all the onesies and twosies off before they stop here and drop off 50.
Or it's a big enough box of skeletons. He needs help unloading it.
That 12-foot fucking dildo box.
So, speaking of, well, we talked Sons of Liberty earlier. They came out with their own lube. They just stole somebody else's and labeled it. But the guy that owns it and runs the whole place, he posted about it and he wrote about it, and I'm going to read it because it's funny.
Is it called Diddy Lube?
This lube was developed by some of the most brilliant chemists and engineers in the oil and gas business, and then we stole the fuck out of it and made it available to use in blasters. It's thick enough to stay put, thin enough to migrate, and lubricity is like ice sliding on ice. If you've used it, you understand. Enter Diddy for 20% off. Code works on swag too. I heard they found over 1,000 bottles of lube at his house and 800 dildos, and they did. And of course, 3 shitty ARs with obliterated serials, probably full of dildo lube. Not like they ran them anyway. Shit. Get some good American non-weirdo shit and keep that rifle running in case you ever have to fight off a dude with 800 dildos.
That's fucking awesome.
Dude,
I found it on their website.
did you?
$13.99.
I can get you 20% off.
So,
Or the dildos.
how long until Diddy doesn't hang himself?
Oh, dude, we should really get a squares thing going. Oh,
Anyways,
weird thing. We done?
yeah,
You done?
might as well call it. Here's those that wish us well.
All the rest can go to hell.
I ain't.